I was about 3 years old when Mum first got me into jazz, and then it wasn't until my ballet teacher said, "Oh, we think we should get Alex into ballet," and Mum was like, "No, she doesn't know anything about ballet." And I just kind of like, when I was like 14, 10 to 14, I just kept going to ballet each night. Like I never said, "Oh, Mum, I don't want to do this anymore." And yeah, like I just started, like I was getting better and I was winning it through a few things here and there, and yeah, I just kind of found, oh yeah, I think this is for me, like, yeah. I think it was around, I suppose I started looking at full time when I was about 12 to 13. Like we started doing like 1 day a week where I'd finish school a little bit earlier and would come in the afternoon and like do like vocational training. So yeah, it was about 12 to 13, and then when I was 14 I then auditioned for like the Australian Ballet School and went down. Yeah, it was really exciting. I suppose I was a bit older, so that kind of helped a bit, and I was living in Brisbane and like I kind of had that experience being away from home. The big leap is like having at the back of your mind that like, man, Mum and Dad are so far away. So that was kind of hard, but now I just love it. I just love like learning everything, and it's just also new, and I just take everything. And now I come back and it's so great to see them all, but yeah, they all support me, so it's cool. When I first moved to Brisbane and started pre-professional training, and there used to be an open market that was just down the road, and I used to go there on the weekends and buy like fresh produce because, you know, I thought that's what you did in Queensland with all the sun and everything. And I started just to cook away because I was interested in being a bit more healthier, I suppose. But then I was only there for about like 8 months, and I had an osteogonum in my ankle, and they had to remove that. So I had to come home, pack up everything, and it was quite a tough time. And I was kind of like, I couldn't do anything. Like I was sitting on the couch all day and I was quite bored, obviously. So I decided to cook, and I wanted to make sure when I did come back to ballet, I'd be in the strongest form I could possibly be. So yeah, that's when it came about. And of course, Instagram influenced me with all the health people and that, but yeah. I suppose in that process when I started creating food and dishes, and I wanted to photograph them and put them on Instagram. I think that was in 2013. I started to like share it with people, and in the beginning I was so secretive. Like I thought it was kind of weird, like sharing food to people. But yeah, it just kind of crept along, and obviously I had time during the day when I was injured, so I started to write on the blog, and yeah, the IG just kind of kept flowing, and I got really into it. So I'm hoping in the future together, like I'll grow as a ballerina, and like one day I obviously hope to be doing some major roles and things. But also with Ballerina Bites, I've always had the passion, like the dream, I suppose, to write a cookbook or something for dancers in general. I think, yeah, it's great things because so many like people ask me on Instagram and things like, what do you eat for this and that? And yeah, no, it's quite important, I think. Of course, on stage, it really is, as everyone says, it really does transport you into another world and things, but I love it. And to be able to come off stage and to hear people say like, oh my God, did you just take me to that place? Like they didn't know that could happen with that type of role or anything. Yeah, and I also like the process in the studio as well, especially working with different choreographers. So much fun, and like listening to their personality as well and what they think of this and that, and yeah, you can create really special things, so yeah. Well, last year was quite intense. Like I'd have class in the morning and then variations, and then go into rehearsals all day until 8 o'clock. So that is so hard on the body, like my gosh, that's why you need good fuel. And then this year, like because I'm in graduating year, It's less stressful because obviously we're traveling from here and there doing auditions. That's probably one of the best things about Europe, is that you're in the thick of everything. So so I have class in the morning and then variations. Class is 3 hours and then we have variations after that. So that's quite intense. And of course, being Russian training, there's no like standing around. It's like intense that whole way. And then in the afternoon we have rehearsals, and that's what I like about European schools especially, is that they push for performing roles. So I find dancers grow a lot more when they have the opportunities to go on stage and express themselves, instead of being in a studio all day, and it can get a bit grueling. Okay. I don't sleep in. It's like just me personally. I'm just always up at like the crack of dawn. But it's always involves a good breakfast, whether that's like porridge or something, or creating something new, or pancakes, or I feel like you really got to treat yourself and go out with friends or something as well. And even just staying home and watching Netflix. I know how boring that is, but boring it may sound. But just giving the body a rest, just lying there and just chilling. I have a few superstitions, but I try not to go there, because I feel like every time I go to the theatre, or if I do something a certain way, I'll have to do it again. I'm like, no, I've got to do that. So I try and stay away from that. But I always like to get there early. I hate being stressed. I start off with my makeup first and make sure that's all done. We're lucky enough to have people that do our hair, so that's always great, because that can be stressful sometimes. And about pre-show, like say up to an hour to half an hour, I generally have a banana and a Cliff Bar. They're like my saviors, especially the Cliff Bar, because it is, it's small, but it can give you so much energy. Like, it will really carry you through that performance. And then of course, a nice class, just going through it slowly. Just for time for yourself. There's no time to stress, really. This might sound a bit weird, but myself, I feel like, we always have someone that we look up to. Yes, of course, the top dancers out there, but you need to take a moment to be like, wow, look what I'm doing. Like, look what I've been through. And I feel like everyone needs to give themselves a pat on the back. And Okay, it would most definitely be a breakfast meal, because I live for breakfast, really. And it would be porridge with banana and nut butter. That's a hard one. I think I'm a true believer of everything happens for a reason. Dance is hard, and I suppose it does take a special person to be able to pursue it completely. But anything's possible. Just hang in there. There's going to be so many blows, but that could be in any job. But it's so rewarding. You can go all over the world with it, and people hang in there.